Welcome back to the iDoctor UK podcast. I wanted to first of all start with some gratitude for the people who tuned into the video last week. It didn't get as many views as normally, but sometimes views aren't that important. Instead, the comments and stuff are more important. We did an entire episode, it was about 28 minutes long, talking about what I do for marketing, how I do this business, and it was very well received. There was lots of really good comments on there showing gratitude. I didn't get much answers to what you guys do, so that's where we're lacking. I want to know what you guys do so that we can talk about that. But I appreciate everybody who interacted with it, and I hope that you got some value from that. Yeah, it was a good video, and I enjoyed doing it. I could talk forever about YouTube, TikTok, social media, and that kind of thing, but condensing it down into half an hour was quite nice, although stressful. I've not had too much stress this week, although I have got a massive backlog. It just seems to happen in waves where we get everything out of the door, and then all of a sudden we've just got piles and piles of work to work through. So I had to cancel a engagement that I had today to record a podcast down in London, which I do feel bad for, but sometimes work has to be prioritised, and when customers are chasing us, we just have to get on with it and get it done. So this is going to be a very brief podcast because I am, like I say, just really busy at the moment, trying to get iPads and stuff done. Just an endless wave of iPad repairs, and they're all just not iPad 9th gen glass replacements. They're Pro glass replacements, or charging issue repairs, or gyroscope issue repairs, and it just seems to go on forever and ever. But we are working through and getting stuff done, and yeah, moving on. I've been reselling stuff this week. I woke up. This is usually what happens. I wake up in the middle of the night and go, I need to get to work so I can start an eBay business, and that's what I woke up with on, I think it was Monday morning, and I'm like, we need to do this. It came from an idea that me and my son had, where I decorated his bedroom over the weekend, and we were going through, and there's like piles of old toys. And I'm dead funny about action figures that we buy because they have to be a certain scale, and it's just whatever, weird things. And anyway, we only buy very good quality toys, usually brand name stuff. So we've got piles and piles of, like, from over the years where we've got all these action figures, we've got Lion King stuff, we were really into that. And then we were looking at it on eBay, and they were going for like really a lot of money, and like some of the stuff I know for a fact that we picked up for a tenner off Facebook Marketplace. But I sold this Lion King thing for 40 quid, what we bought for a tenner years ago. So it got me sort of thinking about all the junk what we've got in the shop. We've just been like slowly working through. There were I think 8 iPhone 7s that were just crap. They were untested. They were sat in a box, and we just put a rubber band around them, took some pictures. Here's the best bit about it, right? So I'm lazy. I don't like writing product descriptions. And everybody knows how much I really like ChatGPT. I've used it since it was very first released, and I've been using it to make my life easier and better for the last probably 18 months or something. Yeah, probably about 18 months to 2 years. And it's made a big difference. It makes a lot of things easier. We use it to write a lot of descriptions and stuff. Basically, I take a picture of whatever I'm selling, put it into ChatGPT. I have a prompt what says, you're an expert eBay reseller. Use the pictures to determine the grade, the model, and whatever else I want it to include. Create a product title and a product description for that. And I know there's an eBay tool that writes AI titles, but it's not as good as ChatGPT with the prompt. And it literally just does it for you. And that's like, I think I was saying that I have like obstacles, that I have mental obstacles in my way where I won't do something until something happens, and there'll be a trigger event that I need to overcome. And like, when I think about selling stuff on eBay, I think, I really can't be bothered to write a load of product descriptions or titles or whatever. I can't be bothered to take the pictures. But it's so easy doing it that way, because you just take the pictures. I take 4 to 6 pictures of whatever I'm selling. And like, for example, this morning, somebody came in and it was an S7 Edge, and I paid a £5 for it. The screen was in good condition, which it was locked, the back was broken, so it would degrade, it would damage grade, and it was a customer who was selling it. I paid a £5 for this S7 Edge, and I've listed the parts. I've just took it apart, ripped the back cover off because that was broken, chucked that in the bin. Maybe people actually just sell the broken back covers, I don't know. But for me, I weren't that bothered about it. I put the camera on for 4 quid. The shields for the back cover, they're a tenner with the wireless coil and the speaker. If I sold them separately, they'd probably be worth more. But I just put them as a combined thing with the screws for a tenner.
And then the screen, the going rate on a screen for one of them, it was grade B. It had a couple of marks and scratches on it. Maybe a grade C, C, B, whatever. And that's 50 quid for a good OLED on an S7 Edge because they're so expensive and they always have been. And it's just, so stuff like that. And we have got absolutely piles of that sort of stuff. So I've just been working through, every time I do a repair, I put something on eBay. Do a repair, stick something on eBay. And I'm going to end up with stock all over the place, but at least it's going to be labelled so that I know what I've got. It's going to be inventoried so that I know what I've got. And if I don't use it, it's going to make money on eBay. Either I'm going to use it for a repair, which chances are, if it's just chucked in a box in a complete device, if a customer come in and they said I need a S7 Edge camera, I'd be like, oh, I'll just order one in because I can't be bothered to go looking for one. Whereas now, I could say, oh yeah, there's one on my eBay store. I'll just pull it off there, use it for the repair. Or somebody buys it and pays a £5 for it. It's a win-win, a real win-win. And it's just, I genuinely think, I don't really talk about numbers on here, but I've got a feeling that I reckon there's 10 grand's worth of listings just in junk that I've got in the shop, in the house, and just crap. So I'm on a mission to get rid of all of that junk and crap in my life, and then hopefully use that as some capital to buy new stock or import parts from China, which we can then sell, which I was talking about in a previous episode a few weeks back. Just looking at the time because I've got a haircut in 10 minutes. Yeah, so then we'd be able to make more money doing that or reselling parts, whatever. However we decide to do it. I'm not currently putting sort of newer stock on there. Like we've got some 13 Pro Max, 14 Pro Max. Sorry for that little interruption. I was just looking at the phones that I've got in the window and then realised that we've mislabeled one as a 14 Pro Max when it's actually a 13 Pro Max. Nathan must have done the label for that one. And I'm literally, like, I'm looking in the window now and we've sorted that out. And then I've got boxes, like used device boxes. And they sell for a couple of quid a piece on eBay. Like if I put a bundle together that I can fit in a box and sell, then somebody will pay £2 a box and I might have 200 of them, just literally just kicking about. So that £2 a box, 400 quid. We spoke that we're stopping doing the laser. I've not sold the laser yet. That's for sale. If anybody's interested, it's 500 quid. I sold all the back glass stock what we had. I've sold all the tools that went alongside the back glass, so the molds, the thumb clamps, and that kind of thing. So just decluttering my life and trying to make some money at the same time because we've just got piles and piles and piles of crap. We just collected it over the last 5 years, so it's nice and refreshing to make money from it and do that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. Oh, so Black Friday sales, let's talk about that. We're not doing Black Friday sales. Alex said to me, oh, it's Black Friday next week, what are you doing for it? And I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing for it? Going to a pub or something? And as though I should be doing... I completely misunderstood what he was saying, but what he was suggesting was that we do some kind of sale or something, but realistically, nah, it's not for me, Black Friday sales. We're very reasonably priced anyway. I find that it's a right scam. What are you had to giggling at there? I'll tell you what, let's do a Black Friday sale. We'll do a screen protector and a case with every phone that you buy from me. There you go. That's the sale. There you go. There we go. All right. We're doing a Black Friday sale this year because they're stood behind the camera staring at me. I'm usually pretty comfortable on camera, but they stood there looking at each other, whispering and giggling at each other. I swear to God, they're going to get writ up on board in a minute. And then, yeah, all right, this is the last thing that I'm going to talk about because I am running out of time. Nathan came up with a really good idea because I broke something last week. This week, I broke something. It might have been something expensive. I'm pretty sure it was something expensive, right? I have to pay for it and I have to fix it, right? If Nathan breaks something in the shop, I have to pay for it and I have to fix it. So Nathan, like, obviously he has to come to me and say, oh, I broke this. And like sometimes they don't even know if I broke something because I'll just deal with it and just sort it out at the time. But Nathan came up with a really, really good idea and he's decided, because I broke something once, he's written my name on the board and he's put breakages, a little tally table, and it says Ollie and Nathan. He's written this on the board and now he's hell-bent on catching me up for all these breakages. So Nathan's little tally on the board has spurred him on to being a lot more efficient and less careless when he's been repairing stuff. And funnily enough, he's not had to write his own name, or I've not had to write his name on the board. So I think it's accidentally his little moment of gloating where he's trying to make me feel bad because I broke something. has now turned into him being very careful, not breaking stuff, and it's sort of backfired on him really. Because if he's not breaking stuff, I will quite happily let him write my name up on the board every time. So his little power trips backfired on him. On that note, I'm going to wrap up the podcast there because that is enough for this week. I will be back next week with hopefully some really exciting news, because we've got something exciting going on next week. Can't tell you about it though. Have a great week, everybody, and see you in the next video.